welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Neff.
I'm Melanie Miller.
Melanie,
hello.
Welcome to the TMZ podcast.
Thank you.
So exciting. So Melanie is filling in for Charlie Cotton, who's not here. He's in Australia, living the dream.
Oh,
I'm curious if he watched the Grammys last night.
no, he did.
Oh, man. What a show. Honestly, I think one of the better Grammys we've had in a long time.
Are you joking?
In years. Really? You didn't like it?
I feel like I'm so glad that they were like being so supportive of California wildlife fires, but like at some point they're like every 5 seconds it was like donate, click the screen, donate. And then
it's also a telecast.
It also took a big dive in the middle where I just was like falling asleep. It was so boring.
Geez. Oh, no. Okay. Melanie with the hot takes. All right. It's all right. We have a lot that we're going to be going over. We're going to be going over all things Grammys. Taylor Swift, Biggest Loser.
Oh, my
Didn't win a single Grammy.
Okay,
She was up for 6. Nada.
Let's change the headline. Taylor Swift robbed of every Grammy she should have won.
Hey, that works too. Beyonce, big winner last night. She scored big. Taylor was pretty supportive. Why are you?
Taylor was very supportive.
Yes, okay. It's okay.
Taylor should have won.
Oh, please. Taylor was presenting the award. That would have been so weird.
No,
well, one of them.
She wasn't nominated for the country album.
Oh, yes, correct. A lot of other big moments. Kanye West and Bianca.
Woo!
They shut it down on the red carpet. We'll tell you all about that. I'm sure you've seen the photos or the videos. There was also a moment where Shakira she was like told to come up on stage, and there was like an off-color joke that was made. Babyface, some controversy there. He was shrugged off during an interview on the red carpet for Chappell Roan.
We should not have forgiven those people.
Oh, man. And then after that, we'll get into the new Justin Baldoni development. He's released his Bombshell website, and there's some interesting things on there. But starting off with Beyonce, she won Album of the Year. She's had just in general nearly 100 Grammy nominations, and she finally got the trophy for last night's top prize. So to present the final award of the Grammy Awards, the Recording Academy brought out the LA firefighters. Remember, like Melanie mentioned, this was all kind of surrounded by the LA wildfires and raising money, so they had the LA Fire Department come out and present the award to Beyonce. And here's a little clip of that.
The Grammy goes to Cowboy Carter. Beyonce.
I'd like to thank and acknowledge and praise all of the firefighters for keeping us safe. I just feel very full and very honored. It's been many, many years.
What is Blue Ivy doing up on the stage?
That's her daughter.
She didn't win the award?
Yeah, but you usually have family, friends, collaborators come up on stage.
You have collaborators?
Really? You're going to attack the fact that her daughter is on there on stage?
Why is she up there?
Because
she has
it's
nothing
her daughter.
to do with it.
She's been very involved. She's been on tour with Beyonce. She's been a part of her team.
Not on tour with Cowboy Carter. The tour hasn't happened yet. She was on tour with Renaissance.
Yes.
Which is a nepotism move and shouldn't happen anyway.
Hot take, Mel. We should be happy for Beyonce. This is an incredible award. Much deserved, but she was getting some backlash. People are saying like, oh, because Jay-Z complained last year,
Yes,
that's why she won this year.
That's why she won.
Okay, first of all, look, whether you like Beyonce or not,
I love Beyonce.
What she's doing is pretty cool. Trying to dabble into different genres of music. We saw her do the dance music with Renaissance. Now she's going for Cowboy Carter. Whatever she's going to do next is also going to be great. I mean, it's pretty amazing that she can succeed in any genre.
Yes,
of
but she's not the first person who's done it. And also, I'd like to mention Taylor Swift has done it for years.
She only did country and pop. Did she do a dance album?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That one. What song is a dance album?
Are you joking? Red. I knew you were.
That is. Those are pop songs. Those are pop songs. There's no in those.
Remixed. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so amazing. Beyonce was definitely the big winner last night. Taylor Swift didn't win a single award, but she did present looked great. She showed up in Chiefs red.
With a T on her upper thigh.
Unclear who the T is for.
She has a song where it goes like, what if he's written my name on my upper thigh, only in my
Ooh.
mind? So my theory is like, it's not in her mind. It's actually now written on her upper thigh.
But it's not written. It's a jewelry.
I know.
Oh, okay. And then Kanye West and Bianca, good Lord, they shut it down on the red carpet. And, yeah, I mean, Bianca showed up in nothing. Literally nothing. You could see her bits.
Bianca unsensory.
Yeah. I do like that. So, and then we have some footage of them last night. They were at an after party, kissing, loving up all over each other. It was interesting because at one point, you know, she was wearing this big jacket on the red carpet, and then she turned around and like dropped it. So there's like a lip reader online that was saying that Kanye had mouthed something before she dropped the jacket. And apparently he said, like, you're making a scene. Like to encourage her, like in a positive way, like you're making a scene, look at now, you're making a scene. Then she dropped that jacket. And when she turned around, oh my gosh, those camera flashes couldn't go any faster.
Naked.
Oh my goodness. A lot of people were saying like that there was like this rumor that he had been kicked out, that he wasn't invited, but we got to the bottom of it. And apparently that's just not true. They were invited. And he left on his own accord. I mean, if you think about it, kind of awkward, right? Some of the people that were there, Taylor Swift was obviously there. He's got beef with her. Julia Fox, his ex, was there as well. I feel like
doesn't he have beef with Beyonce and Jay-Z as well?
Well, he's always kind of had like a hot and cold relationship. Obviously, his career wouldn't have been what it was without Jay-Z. Jay-Z took him under his wing.
But recently, and I think as of now, not friends. Icy.
Yeah.
And they're best friends with Taylor Swift. She sat next to them.
Right.
And was the first one cheering and standing up for Beyonce when she won Album of the Year. Cheersing, dancing, and celebrating the whole thing. What a good person.
Oh, boy. This is not the Swiftie podcast, Mel. That got canceled. Sorry to break it to you. But, yeah, I mean, Kanye and Bianca, like, you can't Google the Grammys without seeing their photos, the uncensored photos.
What was the point of this? I'm so curious.
To make a scene. Obviously, what he was trying to tell her on the red carpet, get headlines, and they just left. Didn't even stay for the show.
Yes, but, like...
But how would she sit there, too, in the audience, like, with... bearing all everything.
Oh my God, if she sat down, she'd leave something behind.
Ew, Mel! Oh my God.
Really?
TMZ After Dark. What else had happened? Oh my gosh, Babyface. What an awkward moment. So, you know, on the red carpet at the Grammys, at any of these award shows, it's loud. It's chaotic, you know, and every moment you are trying to get... Usually it's live. You're trying to get the biggest artists to come on to interview. And, you know, these artists are being shuffled down the red carpet pretty fast. So if you are there as a reporter and you're already interviewing somebody and someone else passes by, I mean, it's just kind of like,
you let them go.
How do you wrangle? Yeah, but they also have like people in their ear, like little mics that are probably saying, end it, end it, end it. Anyways, the AP
they just asked him a long-winded question.
Yes. So the AP is getting a ton of backlash because two of their reporters were talking to Babyface, and unclear if this was the first question or how far in this was to the interview. Whatever the case, one of the reporters was asking Babyface a very long-winded question going on and on about how music has changed and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, you see the other reporter. She's obviously getting told something in her ear.
Yeah.
She sees Chappell Roan is about to come by, about to skip them because they're talking to Babyface. And she awkwardly interrupts Babyface with his answer. She goes, Chappell, Chappell. And like, he's like, do you want to just go do that? Okay, see you later. And he walks off.
No, but he immediately knew what was up. He goes, okay, it's Chappell Roan.
Doesn't make it any better, right?
No.
Very insulting. Babyface
insulting.
is a legend. But at the same time, Chappell Roan is the girl at the moment. I mean, she performed Pink Pony Club last night. Pink Pony Club?
Yes.
Yeah. And that was, you know, the biggest song for sure of the year.
But I think he's such a veteran that like, and he clearly like all was forgiven.
Yeah.
He's such a legend and such a veteran that like I think he knows the drill, and I can't imagine he was really that offended knowing that she was essentially one of the women of the evening.
So shortly after the AP went on their telecast and they apologized, saying like, hey, you know, it was actually the reporter that interrupted and was like, Chapel. So she went on their live broadcast and said, you know, I apologize to Babyface. I do appreciate him. You know, there's a lot of moving parts here on the red carpet. You know, apologies to Babyface. And I actually got a statement from Babyface last night who basically said, it's all good. He's like, look, those aren't the moments I'm going to remember from last night. I'm going to remember seeing my old friends, hearing the music, etc. So it's all good with him.
Yeah.
Moving on to Justin Baldoni. He is coming out swinging. I mean, this is just the saga, the feud that just never ends.
I'm over it.
Oh, I mean, I'm over it too. But at the same time, like, some of the stuff that's coming in is like, ooh. It's like, you know, when someone's like throwing a punch, you're like, ooh. It's like one of those.
So Justin Baldoni released his website.
Yeah, new website, which he has said that he was going to be doing. What is it called? It is called thelawsuitinfo.com, which, you know, his attorney, Brian Friedman, has said, like, look, we're going to be putting it all out there. They've already released audio. There was a voice note that Justin had left for Blake Lively. They already have released, well, he is suing, countersuit for $400 million. A lot of stuff is coming out unedited, or well, I guess it was kind of edited. There was about 10 minutes of footage that he had released, which kind of showed that there was no sexual harassment.
Edited.
Well, they showed specific parts, right? So he had mentioned in his $400 million lawsuit that she had made some kind of joke about him getting a nose job. So like that was included.
Here's my thing with this is I feel truthfully so exhausted by these people. And the fact that he's releasing a website, like, fine. But if you expect me to sit down and comb through this entire website and you think like we're all just like can't wait to read it, no, I'm not going to even look at the website. I don't care.
I will
It's too
say
much.
A lot of people are invested. A lot of people want to know the facts. And you got to think about it like this. You know, Blake Lively came out accusing him of sexual harassment. And so when someone accuses you of that, especially for someone like Justin Baldoni, who's not as known as Blake Lively, you got to defend your reputation. Otherwise, your career is over. So that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing Justin try to clear his name after being accused of some wild allegations. So on this new website over the weekend, they kind of had addressed one of Blake Lively's big allegations for the sexual harassment lawsuit. There was a big part where she had claimed that she had some issues during some of the sex scenes that they filmed, that he allegedly had, you know, wanted her to have an orgasm in the scene.
Real one?
No, Mel, they're
Oh.
filming sex scenes.
Well, I'm asking.
And then, you know, she claims that he wanted her shirt off for a scene when the scene didn't call for that. She talked about the birth scene, how she was completely naked except for like a tiny little cloth thing down there. And she had felt like wildly uncomfortable. Totally understand that. Well, in his new documents that came out on this website, he is claiming that she missed a meeting with the intimacy coordinator who she had harped on in her lawsuit, saying the intimacy coordinator should be involved through all of these scenes and, you know, wasn't. So
But
now he's claiming...
Shouldn't the intimacy coordinator have been on set during the entire filming process? And how do we know that there wasn't something important going on that she couldn't be there for? And why didn't they reschedule the intimacy coordinator meeting?
Yeah, it's still very murky, right? But so Justin is responding to these allegations revolving around this intimacy coordinator. So he's saying that a month before we saw that footage of her, like them slow dancing in that scene, he claims there was a very important meeting with the intimacy coordinator in which she was not at, didn't attend. He's releasing notes from that meeting which include the intimacy coordinator allegedly saying that he should go down on her, orgasm, foreplay, and all these other things actually came from that intimacy coordinator. And, you know, just in general, these intimacy meetings for all productions shooting love scenes, specifically to make sure all the actors are comfortable and to avoid sexual misconduct. But goes to your point, why wasn't that person there when these things were being carried out?
Yeah, that's the most important part of the intimacy coordinator, is to be there in the moment and like deciding whether the actor is or is not uncomfortable. A meeting is like, who cares? And I would like to hear from her on her side and Blake on this before I make any decisions, because I just don't like the way that he's responding to this particular thing.
Yeah, I agree that we should also hear from Blake's side as well. I think you can kind of look, like I go back to the 10-minute footage that they had released, right? I do think you can see from both of their sides, like what they felt in that moment. But it is interesting to note that if this intimacy coordinator had encouraged Justin to do certain scenes, because, you know, he claims that he wanted a woman, because for this movie, it ends with us. Why are you rolling your eyes?
Why isn't Blake involved in this conversation?
We got to figure that out from her. But he claims that he wanted a woman's eye to be kind of in charge of all this because the viewership of the movie was all women, and the intimacy coordinator, he says, was a woman. So anyways, we'll keep you updated on that because it is never ending. Going to your guys' comments. Thank you for remembering to comment. I forgot to mention that at the top of the show. For the Grammys, Serenity has written in saying, Taylor didn't care. She was turned up for Bey and Kendrick.
True.
Kendrick won big last night,
yes.
too. We didn't mention that. That was amazing. By the way, where was Drake last night?
Shockingly, like, there's a photo of Taylor, like, holding her glass up and being like, woo!
Yeah.
For Kendrick, and, like, Taylor and Drake are really good friends.
Ooh, crossing lines. Lourdes said, I'm a Beyonce fan, but not a fan of this album at all. And I think Taylor Swift has enough awards.
Beyonce shouldn't have won for this album. Taylor should have. But there are albums that Beyonce should have won Album of the Year for in the past.
Yeah, Lemonade was definitely a snub in the past. Jesse said, Mel is hating a little. Are you hating?
I'd go with a lot, Jesse.
Oh, God.
I'm being honest.
Okay, that's self-aware. Justin said, Bianca actually showed up in more material than I would ever expected.
What, the mesh?
The little tiny, like, I don't even know what that was. It's like they went to a little fabric store and they, like, cut something out and, like, put it on her. Just for the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively drama, Starduster said, Justin Baldoni is trying to clear his name any way he can. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Is it the right way, though?
Well, what would you suggest? I mean, he's releasing all his receipts, right? Luisa said, fans of Justin Baldoni since Jane the Bee days were shocked at the allegations. Has no one read his books? He's very feminist, talks about, you know, centering yourself.
A fake feminist. And it's always the guys that are like, I'm such a good guy, that are never good guys.
Ooh. Miscellaneous comment from Eminem. Charlie, your sweater is so cute. Thank you. This is actually part of my airplane outfit. Like if I ever go on an airplane, I wear this sweatshirt with sweatpants. It's like a set. But I was very tired this morning and just threw this on.
Love it.
Yeah, it's been through some hell. Got a lot of miles in it though. Flyer miles. Yeah. Melanie, thank you so much for joining me today. Joining us today. Did you have a good weekend?
Oh, I'm very tired. I worked till 12 last night.
Oh, were you out last night? Who did you see?
John Legend.
Oh, shoot.
Asked about Beyonce.
What'd he say?
She deserves the award, and she's deserved it many times.
Oh, that's sweet. Did you see his wife, Chrissy Teigen, trying to walk in that dress?
Oh, she looks so hot.
She looked gorgeous. Everyone was kind of like lining her up with Bianca Censori's outfit because they're like, oh, the outfits that are like look nude. I'm like, Bianca didn't look nude. She was nude.
Chrissy Teigen looked
gorgeous, for sure. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Bye.